Okay guys, so in this video we're going to show the HU101 Lishi. HU101 is the Ford 10-cut high security key, probably from around 2008, 2009 in the US market, maybe a little bit later, but these days already most, if not all, Fords use this key blank. There are different Lishis for the same key blank. The newer Fords use the same key blank, but they have a new Lishi. Okay, so you have to pay attention that you're using the correct Lishi. All right, this is the HU101. This is the HU101, and we're going to demonstrate. This is a twin lifter. Okay, twin lifter. 10-cut system. It's a 10-cut system. You see cuts 1 through 10. Twin lifter, HU101 V3 works for the ignition, door, and trunk. Now, this is the door lock for a Ford. Right away, I can see that there's a little bit damage to the face cap. Okay, this might be damage that somebody maybe stuck a screwdriver, tried to break into the car. So these are the type of stuff we have to look out for. Okay, we have to look out for this type of stuff and then see if it feels right. Okay, maybe there's wafers that are bent because somebody tried to break in. So this is something that should stand out right away, and you should pay attention to that and work accordingly. Now, after I pick it, I'll decode it, and I will cut the key. We'll demonstrate everything. So I'll bring in. Okay, so I hold it in. If you're buying a holder for the locks, this is not the ultimate one, but this is for the videos. It's going to be a little bit better so you can see it facing up. Okay, now again, we're going to repeat like every video. In order to insert the Lishi the right way, I have to pull back the lifters, hold it, make sure the channel is clear, put a finger to hold it, and jiggle it in so I see that it's sitting inside. Now let's feel the lock. Okay, with no tension, let me just hold it in so it doesn't move out. So let's just test the wafers. So wafer 1, I cannot feel it. So this is probably a wafer that is missing in the lock. Now this lock should have all the wafers. This lock should have all the wafers. But again, you remember we saw the damage on the face cap. Maybe that is the reason. Maybe this wafer is stuck. Maybe this wafer, somebody removed it. Okay, you guys should know that sometimes when the lock is damaged, a lot of times we get a call and then we just have one bent wafer, we pull it out and we put everything back together. This is what might have happened in this lock. Okay, so I can't feel wafer number 1, I cannot feel. Now let's go to number 2. I cannot feel it on the bottom. Let's go on top. Okay, I can feel it. It feels pretty good. So if I had to guess, somebody tried to break into this lock. The first wafer was stuck, somebody came out to fix the slot, removed the first wafer, and it's not in there. Okay, if this had to be my guess. That's why paying attention to these details is very, very important. Okay, so wafer number 2 is on top, 3 is not here, 4 is not here either, 5 on top, 6 on top. So I know that it's going doubles, okay? So 1 and 2 should have been on top. 3 and 4 would be on the bottom, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom, 9, and 10 feels good. So let me just test the bottom. 3, 4, 7. So good. So it feels good. Feels good. Let me put attention towards me so it's going to be easier. And again, guys, we have everything in. Now we are going to look for the bound wafers, okay? We're looking for the bound wafers. All right, so let me give attention. Again, guys, you should know this already. I don't know in what order we put the videos, but I always like to do, when there's 2 lifters, I like to do one side and then the other, okay? So I don't have to change between the lifters. So I'll put some tension, and let's start with the bottom. So number 3, has this light spring feeling. This feels like a picked wafer. So sometimes a wafer is picked just by entering the tool into the lock. Number 4 is bound. Let's click it once. I clicked it once, and now I have that spring feeling. So now number 7 has a very gentle spring feeling. That's enough for me to skip. Number 8 is bound. 1 click. I make sure to go 1 click at a time and then test it. So number 8 is now good. So let's go over all the bottom side. 8 is okay. 7 is questionable, but we're gonna leave it for last. Number 4 jumped out of place. It's back in place. Number 3, this is not picked. So let me just, okay, so 3 is good. 4 is good. 7, okay, now that slight spring feeling that I had before, I don't have that anymore. Okay, so now I'm gonna click it once. Sometimes I might have, I'm releasing a little bit of the tension. I don't know if you can pay attention and see this, but sometimes my finger is releasing a little bit of the tension, and that's why I'm testing everything again. So 7 is good. 8. So 8 is good. 7 is good. 4 is good. And 3 is good. So as far as what I think, the bottom side is good. Now let's go to the top. So number 1 was missing. Now let's go to 2. And I clicked it once. It was very gentle. I clicked it, and now it's has a spring feeling. 5, spring feeling. 6, you saw I clicked it. Now it has a spring feeling. Number 9 is bound. Clicked. Now it's picked. See that slight, that little spring feeling? That is a picked wafer. Why is that? Again, the chamber is always a little bit bigger than the wafer itself. And 10. Okay, so I just overlifted it, and now I have to reset the whole lock. Let me go from the